Yahtzee! Finally! I'm stuck. Hi everybody, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to Jobe's Town. Yeah, getting to work, trying to figure out, really, I had kind of a small hiccup with the belt drive, but I really just kind of wanted to take it apart and look at it, and there's a little bit of maintenance we got to do now that it's apart. You know, the belt drives don't need much maintenance, but just a little bit, and then they work great for a long time. But I knew that it sounded like when I was riding the bike wide open, you know, it would take off, accelerate great, and then it sounded like the clutch was kind of, the belt drive, we'll call it, there's a front clutch and a back clutch, the drive clutch and the driven clutch. The drive clutch goes on the front, driven clutch goes on the back. For right now, with customers, I would just say that's front and back. Front clutch, back clutch. And we got up here, this is our front clutch. And it's looking great. Our drive faces are looking perfect. There's no wear on them. And this, if you guys, we'll start right here. If you guys ever hear this, see if I can get it to spin. There it goes. If you guys hear that, that's this bushing that needs a little grease on it. That bushing just lets it idle. That bushing lets when the belt rolls across the bushing, it lets it idle. So you can actually, when you let off the gas, it'll cruise. It's nice. You want that bushing to work. And this bushing just needs nothing fancy. Just some red bearing grease. That's red sticky bearing grease. And I'm going to put, if you look close, you can see some of the bronze on there where it's rubbed off the bushing. So I'll put a little bit of grease on here, just a little bit in between the shaft and the bushing. That will be good to go. That's really all the maintenance that part needs. The back, this is the back part of the drive clutch. This is the front part of the drive clutch. Or the front clutch. Front clutch. We'll take off the cover. And if you guys see in here what that is, that's anti-seize. That I put in here, a little bit of anti-seize to keep these pieces moving is really all you need, and everything stays good. I can tell I need to put a little bit on these bars because these slide out on these bars. When the centrifugal force, this is spinning very quickly. Centrifugal force will slide these out. When those slide out, it pushes against the ramp in here, and that separates the whole deal. That moves the whole clutch apart, which sandwiches it on the belt, which moves it down the shaft, which moves your gearing up. And that's really what makes them all work. The belt drive is also like a transmission itself. It's re-gearing the drive wheel the entire time it's moving until it gets to where it's at its max. So when you take off, you have lots of torque, and then when you're cruising, you have lots of horsepower. It works great. Right here, this is my anti-seize. Good old anti-sneeze. For years I've called it anti-sneeze. I don't know why. And it's just gray anti-seize. I need to get in there and stir it up a little bit, but you can see that's just anti-seize. And that goes in here, so we'll get a little bit of anti-seize in there just to freshen it up. I can see my ramps look good. I can tell my bars just need a little bit. The bars, you know, that slides on there. So that will get a little bit of anti-seize. That's the back part of the drive clutch that was stuck. I can see in here, it's just, you know, this is really the first time I've had it apart. And it just fits on there super tight. Especially when it gets down past, you know, it's flush there. I might be able to get it back off. Yeah, there we go. And this part is good. Actually, it's not really worn at all. You know, the aluminum top hat. But the shaft here, I can tell I can just file these down just a little bit. And file and just lightly file these edges. I can feel it's catching right there. I can feel it for sure, it's catching. Yep. Okay, that already helped. It slid right. Okay, yeah, that definitely helped. And see, I was just barely working that file. I'm not trying to take off very much metal. Just trying to refine that edge a little bit. And that will be good, 100%, I can tell. But right here, this is my belt. This is a stock belt for it's a Weaver. You guys can see there, it's a Weaver 30. This is a 30 series Weaver clutch. And this is the stock belt they give you. You know, it's the Yamage. This belt, I'm kind of surprised. I've been kind of rough on this thing since the beginning. I've ridden this thing all over the place. I'm kind of surprised how awesome it really works. I've really fallen in love with it because it's so good. And I've been using all the stock stuff. That engine, that's 100% stock. Well, except for my big flat, it's got a big flat slide carburetor and my exhaust that isn't good. You know, it's a slightly restrictive exhaust that comes down to a muffler. There's a muffler tucked in down there. It's down, kind of hard to see from this side. But, you know, it's a stock, it's a 5-horse Briggs. You know, it was a Craftsman, some type of engine, but you know, it's a Briggs engine that was sold by Craftsman, and you know, it's a 5-horse, and it's worked amazing. Couple pulls, the thing fires right off, and it's so good. But this belt, I could tell it was slipping a little bit, especially when it would get wide open, which would happen pretty quick. Yeah, we got belt on my pulley. This goes here. Actually, this will get anti-seize too here on this bushing because it was all kind of stuck. This bushing here will get anti-seize because that needs to slide better. That will get some too because I can tell that that's crunchy. But you can see how when the belt, let me see, that side goes that way, so this goes this way. Like that, the belt fits in there like that. And as it revs up, and this slides out, the belt goes down inside there. And when the belt goes all the way to the bottom, like that, it kind of loosens up because it loses its ramp. And we start burning the belt on the pulley, which isn't good because it destroys our belt and it's slipping. It's not driving us. It's actually losing power because it's slipping on the clutch. And really the problem is this right here. This is just a factory red spring that goes right here. Let me see, it goes right there. There's a hole down there that the spring sets into. Just like that. And then there's a couple different holes up here. It actually goes in the middle one on this one. So it goes just like that, and it pushes the whole assembly together. But these red springs are not very strong. As you guys could see, even when it was stuck, it wouldn't even push it apart. I had to kind of pop it apart with my hammer. So yeah, we're good. But yeah, right here, guys. And the first thing I want to check, okay, yeah, the spring, yeah, okay, it's the correct wind. You got to check which way it's wound. You guys see it's wound this way, it's wound that way. We got the correct spring. And this is a Comet yellow spring. And if you guys want to see here, problem is it squishes too fast. And it squishes down too much because this spring, you can squish that thing to nothing. They're soft like that because they're not made for big bikes and they're not made for big people, but it's okay. Comet makes these parts for bigger go-karts. With a belt drive. Yeah. So, this is going to go here, and we're going to reassemble all this back together. And because nothing else is really a problem, I'm going to take my wire wheel, which I need to find my wire wheel. I haven't used it in a while. I've been cleaning my whole shop, which I'm super proud of, because this place is never, not never, it gets this clean often, but it's not for long. It gets dirty quick. And I kind of want to hold back on building stuff for a minute, because I finally have a clean bike shop that I can do stuff in and be able to fix my stuff, you know, be able to do maintenance on my own stuff. And yeah, so yeah. And over here, I've been digging. As you guys see, the intercooler is no longer, because I want to go back to the drag strip, and I've been kind of making some changes. So yeah, down there. But once again, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. What's up? What's up, Andrew? How you doing? Yeah, wire wheel. Put that in the drill, and we'll buzz that off, and we'll be good. Be making full power here, Verson. And yeah, I got a small air conditioner now. Thanks, bro. Brother donated it. It was an old one, and yeah, it works good enough for my shop. It's good. Okay, let's see. You got everything back together down here. Everything went back together, no problem. Bolted right back up. Turn some power on here. Oh, almost. There we go. Weather's being kind of weird, but I want to go for a little test ride. It's not raining yet, but I think it's coming soon. Let's see if we can get a little hit. Oh, there's a raindrop right there. I just felt one. Oh, it's working great. There. That was only half throttle. Turn around one time. It's raining for sure. It's definitely raining. It's sprinkling. Oh, we could definitely do burnouts now. Yeah! Okay. Awesome. I was thinking it's going to die. It needs to warm up a little bit. I got the idle turned down low. With the idle low, the belt drive will unhook and you can cruise. You can let off the gas while it's rolling and it'll just cruise. It's real nice. If the idle's turned up too high, it won't do that. The belt drive will stay engaged and kind of slow you down. If it's idling low, it does that. Oh yeah. The Craftsman 5.0 is back. And really all it took was a little bit of anti-seize, a little bit of red grease, and to get ready to take out this extra squishy that spring is just way too squishy for a real motorcycle, or even a big go-kart, or a T-bucket. Whatever you're building, I suggest to upgrade that spring just a little bit. And those parts are from OMB Warehouse. OMB has everything you need for go-karts, mini bikes, all that stuff. All your engine stuff, all of your belt drive stuff, your belt drive springs, and all your belt drive parts. And this is a Comet. This is a yellow spring. The yellow spring number is that one right there. And the yellow spring is what we have in here now. And it's working great. You can even see with the yellow spring, it even unhooks a little bit when it comes all the way out. Because it's wow, that's cool. The red spring never did that. Wow, that's neat. That thing works so good. And taking off now, the motor actually lets it pull and rev. Like you're using the horsepower that the motor's making. It's not just kind of burning past it and then, obviously getting down too low on the drive pulley and tearing it up. Yes. And actually, I have new belts coming. I was thinking they were going to be here by today. I actually have a good Comet belt that's coming, so I'm going to put a good Comet belt on there too, and it's probably only going to get better, even though the Yamiche belt is doing a fine job. The Beaver belt is doing a great job, so yeah, we're good. So yeah, we got more to come down here. We got a little bit more to come over here, and we might have a big event coming this weekend, so get ready to tune it in, guys, because I think if the weather holds with us, which it's not doing a great job right now, Distinguished Gentleman is on this weekend. It's a ride for us gentlemen that need a little bit of looking up to, because we do a lot of work in this world to keep this world safe, and we just need a little pat on the back. And it's a ride for us to just go hang out and do stuff, and kind of getting this thing ready to be back on the street. And I took the intercooler back off because it's all mounted and good, but that is for land speed fun, and we're going to get this tune figured out and be good. And like, share, and subscribe, guys. We have more to come. When in doubt, figure it out and go for a ride. What a sweet belt drive. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's ride.
Where the blacktop ends on a back road, can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah. If you've ever ever been buzzed on a drop tailgate with the glow of a bonfire burning? Can I get an amen? If you've ever held at the moon under the stars, skinny dipping in a water hole, can I get an alright? Alright. And if you have a glass, raise 'em up and show some love to a better life. Let's all do a shot of your